Hello and welcome to episode 47 of the Love Sock Wool podcast. My name is Sarah. Welcome to this episode. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. It's Monday, May 8th, 2017. And so much has been happening in the past week since we spoke, and I have a lot of things to show you. I've got finished pairs of socks, many sock whips, a story to tell. There's probably lots of stories to tell, but there's a big story to tell. And then I've got hashtag Hohi mystery wrap yarns to show you, because that starts I think on Friday. Is it the 12th when that starts? I think so. I'm getting ready for that. I've got cozy memories. I've got quilting fabric. I've got shop news. So buckle in and stay tuned, and let's get started. So first off, I had a bit of an injury occur a week and a half ago. It was totally random. It was Thursday night, like the evening. I can't remember what day was it. It was like the 27th of April. And we were done eating dinner, and I just had to dash into the kitchen to grab my glass of water, to take a sip of water. And so I picked up my glass, took a sip of water, plunked it back down on the counter, and the glass shattered in my hand, cutting my hand pretty severely, especially the inside of my pinky finger right here. Actually cut my hand in, I cut my finger here, here, and here. And so my husband took me to the urgent care because it was a really deep cut, and like I could see the skin, like I could see my tendon. It was pretty awful. I don't even want to think about it. But anyway, I had to go to the urgent care. They like numbed it up so that they could examine it, because they needed to check and see if the tendon was cut as well, and it was. So then they sent me to the ER. So I had to go to the ER and get stitches, because they couldn't do it there because they wanted the ER doctor to examine the tendon because it might need more delicate stitching. So the ER doctor stitched me up and then referred me to a hand surgeon. So the next morning I got up bright and early and called the doctor's office and got in to see the hand surgeon. And he evaluated it and said, let's just see if it heals and we'll keep an eye on it. So he sent me home, and this morning I went back in and got the stitches taken out. So, and I can move it. I'm okay. I think I've lost a little bit of mobility in my pinky finger, but it's on the mend, and I've still been knitting and sewing, and I can perform all my activities of daily life just fine. So praise the Lord, I'm okay, I'm fine. But yeah, it's just a little sensitive right here, so I'm keeping the Band-Aid on it. And so yeah, that's my exciting shenanigans to explain. And the takeaway is, slow down, Sarah. Just stop rushing around and being so hectic. So I think that was kind of why this happened, because I was like rushing into the kitchen to grab a sip of water, and because I wanted to get on to the next thing I needed to do, when I need to stop, slow down, and just take a sip of water without injuring myself, because that's exactly what happened. So yeah, I feel humbled. So I am trying to consciously slow down in my life, and I do not need to accomplish so many things. It's okay to just get the dishes washed, get a meal on the table, and just be with my family. It's okay. That's enough. So, okay, so let's show you guys some finished socks. So I've been completely obsessed, as you may know, with Lolo Did It's Hippos for the Holidays colorways. So I've successfully finished my first Hippo pair, and this is the Christmas one, which is the first Hippo colorway I ever received, or that I ever purchased. So these are done. So I have a Christmas pair done for the 12. These were one of the 12 socks of Christmas. So this was the first one I knit with the red, and that's Knit Pick Stroll Gypsy. It's old. It's expired. It's discontinued. They don't make it anymore. They have another red now. And then the second sock is with Knit Pick Stroll. I think it's Everglade Heather. So it's fun that you have mismatched Christmas socks. I adore this colorway. I think it might be my most favorite. Until I show you the next one. Well, actually, the next one after this. So I've also finished Hippos for Valentine's Day. Yay! Hold on, let me get the notification on there. Okay. I'm recording on my phone, so notifications keep popping through and I have to make them go away. Fish Lips Kiss Heel on all of these guys. And this is in Lauren's MCN base. She calls it Lolo's favorite, and it is my absolute favorite MCN base ever. It's so luscious to knit. And I did a different toe for these guys. I don't know what it's called. I'd have to look it up. It's from Nancy Bush's Folk Socks book, because she has all these different variations of toes you can do. And I don't remember the name of it. It might be the round toe, maybe, but it's like you're doing decreases more like you would with a hat, maybe. But yeah, it's just a different toe to do. So pair number 2 of the Hippos are done. Finally finished my Stars Hollow socks by Gnome Acres on her House Gnome base. Gilmore Girls inspired, and I've recently just started rewatching it, that whole series all over again from season 1, and I love it. It's just comforting. If you haven't watched Gilmore Girls, you should. It's hilarious and funny and comforting, and it's perfect, the perfect show to knit to. Okay, one more pair. I finished a pair of Homespun House socks by, this is Molly of Homespun House dyed this yarn, and this is called Metamorphosis. And this is on her soft sock base. I love it. It's delightful. So pretty like greens with speckles of red and blue. Love it. Okay, 4 pairs. That's pretty good, right? And there's 47 gajillion others that have not been finished, but hey, I'm happy with this. I will show you more hippos. So I made myself a hippo bag because hippos for the holidays, people. I love this fabric. I got it from Spoonflower. And it has a little red bird sitting on its back. I love it. Its little hippo butt. I have more of this fabric. I have enough to make 2 more for the shop. So if you want a hippo bag, I can make 2. I only got 1 yard of the fabric. Okay, so this is hippos for St. Patrick's Day, which I have not cast on yet because I ordered a little Lolo in the Shamrock colorway, which actually I have the package right over there. I just haven't opened it yet. It just came today. So these can get cast on now because I have my contrast color. And then I am working on hippos for Easter. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, and this is in her plush base, which is merino nylon tencel. And this is all the St. Patrick's and Easter are tencel. So pretty. And this is just the first sock. Then last week, hippos for Cinco, which I have to say this might be my new favorite one after hippos for Christmas, because look at that. That's so beautiful. I love it. So I immediately cast it on the second it came in the mail. I think it came last Monday. Cast it on right away and knit the leg, and then I had to stop because I also ordered a little Lolo contrast color in Fortunate Sun, which let me pause here and I'm going to open that package so I can show you the little Lolos I got. Okay, I opened my package and I got Shamrock to go with hippos for St. Patrick's Day. I think that will be quite lovely. And then I got Fortunate Sun to go with hippos for Cinco. I love it. I'm so glad that I think I picked the right color. Because, okay, see the kind of lighter green there? I just think the Fortunate Sun looks really pretty with that. Yay! Okay, yay, now I can work on these. Maybe I can throw in the heel this evening. So everything will be kept in my hippo bag. And it has a the red ticking for the lining. Love it. Okay, so exciting, very exciting. I'm not done with hippos, there's more. Hippos for Mom! Isn't that lovely? It's all like plummy, purpley speckles on the gray background. Isn't that pretty? These will definitely be cast on for my mother. Not in time for Mother's Day, because there's no way, but probably for her birthday this year, because she always gets birthday socks. So I'm gonna save these for her. I'm so excited to see what Hippos for Dad will be like. Lauren, what are you gonna do? Can you give us a clue? Will it be gray with like rusty browns and black speckles? I don't know. What says Dad to you? So I don't know if I'll make those for my dad when that yarn comes out, or if I'll make them for Ben. I don't know. And this is in the MCN base, which I adore, Lola's favorite. I didn't get a contrast color to go with this one, but I've got left over from the Dowager Countess, which I also made for my mom for her birthday, is this little darling, Little Lolo. So I wonder if I'd have enough for a heel. That could maybe work. We'll see. Or maybe I won't do a contrast heel at all. I don't know. We shall see. So I love the hippos. The hippos are so fun. Are any of you as obsessed with Hippo for the holidays as I am? I'm sure some of you are. Okay. Now, along with my Hippo for Mom, I had to get this Kiss a Wookie. It's Princess Leia! Go Kiss a Wookie! I love it! And this is on the Everyday Sock base, which is 75/25. Superwash Merino nylon. And I have not tried Lauren's Everyday Sock yet, so I'm very excited to give this one a shot. I'm sure I'll love it, because I love everything Lauren does. Okay, whips. What has been happening in the whip department? Pretty much everything. All of the hippos. I have notes, like front and back notes. Okay, let me show you some new cast-ons. So I think it was about 2 weeks ago, I got a lovely package in the mail from my sweet friend Jilly, the Knitting Broomstick podcast. She's Vegan Jilly on Instagram. She made me a project bag for my birthday, and it's Jane Eyre. Isn't that awesome? She did a fantastic job, and I love it. I threw this zipper pull on. So the Etsy shop where I buy my these long-handled zippers on Etsy, they're called Zip It. They always send a cute little zipper pull with every order, so I just have been throwing them on all of my project bags. And look at the pretty fabric inside. Thank you, Jilly. You did a fabulous job. She also sent me, and this was for my birthday, she sent me Pop-Tarts by Adelaide Cottage, Shauna. And this is a Gilmore Girls inspired colorway, because Rory and Lorelai are always eating Pop-Tarts. And let me just tell you, knitting this has made me want to eat Pop-Tarts. I have my Jane Eyre stitch marker. And this other beautiful stitch marker made by Shauna. And I put a Fish Lips Kiss heel in with Knit Pick Stroll Sprinkle Heather. So working down the foot, and I love it. It's so beautiful. Shauna's yarns are scrumptious, and this is her MCN base. I think it's called Marion MCN. Yes, I've got the label right here. So Adelaide Cottage, and yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but it says Marion. It's the Pop-Tarts, 80, 10, 10. Okay. So I've been really enjoying knitting on that and watching Gilmore Girls. Okay, next whip, I have to consult my notes. Okay, I have put a few more rounds on my Anne of Green Gables socks because I'm trying to get it ready for the heel turn. so I can be working down the foot when the Anne series comes on Netflix, which I think is May 12th, which I think is Friday. Is that correct? I don't know. Something like that. So I'm so excited, and I'm almost to the where I would put in the heel, and then I'm gonna stop because I think I'm gonna do a contrast heel with Shauna's of Adelaide Cottage, her puff sleeves colorway, which is her one of her Anne of Green Gables inspired colorways, because I'm gonna use heels and toes in puff sleeves with and this is Yarn at Home Mom, the Anne of Green Gables colorway. It's beautiful, and it's on a sparkle base. And then I'll be able to make a puff sleeves pair of socks using the leftovers of Anne of Green Gables as contrast heels and toes. So I'll have 2 pairs of Anne of Green Gables socks. So I'm excited about that. And I believe Shauna just had an update, Adelaide Cottage, yesterday, and she's got gorgeous, gorgeous yarns. So you guys should definitely go check out her shop on Etsy, Adelaide Cottage. And she still has puff sleeves, and she's also doing a Jane Eyre colorway called Reader, I Married Him, which I'll show you guys in a little bit when I get to stash enhancement, even though I've kind of basically been doing stash enhancement, but it was to do with the hippos, so I had to squeeze it in. So I'll show you Reader, I Married Him in a moment. And she also has a Bertha Mason colorway, which I have ordered yesterday, so I don't have it yet. You can go look at Shauna's Instagram account, Adelaide Cottage, and you can see Reader, I Married Him, and Bertha Mason. So, and that's for the Bronte along coming up in June. On June 1st, we'll start our Bronte knit along, or make along, or crochet along, whatever you want to make. June 1st through the end of August will be the Bronte along. Currently, we are in the Anne of Green Gables knit along, or the Anne along. So I hope you guys are enjoying that. Are you excited about the series starting on Friday? If you're in Canada, you've probably already seen it. What about if you're in the UK? Have the UK people seen it? I don't know. I know nothing. I basically do live under a rock. I only know stuff if Ben tells me. Seriously. If anything happens in the world, I just know because Ben tells me. Because I don't watch the news. Complete aside, I'm starting to ramble. Okay, let's get back to whips. Okay, what's next? All right. So last time I podcast, I showed you this skein of yarn, which is Misty by Jinx Yarns. And I did go ahead and cast it on, toe up this time. And I have since learned that this is a Pokemon inspired colorway, which I didn't know because I'm not really into Pokemon. So, but I love that it's Pokemon, and it's really fun. I love the stripe that has speckles. It's really fun. And I'm almost ready for the heel. I think I have to knit about 7 more rows, and I'll be ready for the heel turn. And I can't decide if I'm going to do a contrast heel or just knit it with this. Excuse me. Okay. Did I show you Leia last time? I cannot remember if I had cast on Leia. I apologize if I already showed this, but this is Mustache Yarns in the Leia colorway, as in Princess Leia. I love the white with speckles. It's so fun. And I'm also almost ready for the heel. I'm almost ready for the heel turn on many of my socks, but I just, you know, haven't done it yet, which is fine. Okay, this is a new cast on with a homespun house. This was the reason that I was motivated to finish this pair of socks, because this is a Molly sock, and these are going to be Molly socks. So this is called Besides and Rarities. I don't know if you can see. I know the sun is right there. Sorry, but it's Besides and Rarities on her gold stellina base. And all I have going so far is the cuff, but it's so beautiful. I love it. It's very speckle-tastic. I had no idea what Besides and Rarities was. I figured it was a song, so I had to Google it, and it's a Deftones album, which I don't know anything about because I live under a rock, like I said. but I love that was her inspiration. It's beautiful. Very fun. Okay, more whips. I'm sure there's more whips. Yes, There is. Okay. So after I injured my finger and went to the ER, and then the next morning I had to go see the hand surgeon. I came home and I was like, just need to order some yarn, even though I can't really knit right now because I had to take a little bit of break from knitting, which is fine. That was good for me. But it didn't stop me from ordering yarn. But I did from No Makers. Amanda was having a superhero sale. So the coupon code was like kapow, and so you got 10% off any of her superhero colorways. So, and I've always had my eye on Batgirl. So, yeah. I got it on the house gnome base. And I love it. It's really fun. I don't really know anything about Batgirl. What does she do? Is she like, does she hang out with Batman? I don't know. I don't know anything about her, but I like her colorway. I like her colors. So that is hanging out in my Star Wars bag because that makes total sense, right? I think it does. All right, what next? Okay, are you guys doing the Hohi mystery wrap? Are you thinking about it? I'm extremely excited about it. I hope that I can stick with it. I do not have one shred of confidence in myself that I will be able to stick with it, but I'm gonna give it the old college try. And I'm hoping that the excitement of, like, you can only knit each clue at a time, so you can't jump ahead. So maybe that'll keep me on track over the 5-week period of the clues being released. I don't know. I'm gonna try and I'm excited about it. So I will show you my yarn selections. Let me see if I can reach it. Okay. So I have printed out the pattern and it's called the Starting Point Mystery Wrap. And so it just gives, so the first part you can print out just tells you, like, you know, it gives you help on like picking your colors and how much you need and when the clues will be released. Like the first clue will be released May 12th. Everything happens on May 12th. The Anne series, the Hohi mystery wrap. I feel like something else happens on the 12th too, but I can't remember what it is. We're actually going out of town on the 12th up north to a cabin. So I don't even know if they have internet up there. I might not be able to watch the Anne series until we get back. But I'll be able to print out my first clue before we leave. So I will show you my yarn choices. And some of this is stash enhancement. And some of it, most of it is from my stash. So, okay. Is this right? I keep getting confused. Which is not surprising. Okay, so these are my colors. Wow, that looks really good, actually. I like that. Let me tell you what they are. So, this is Wool and Vine Yarn's Jilted Rose. And it's a lovely, light, dusty mauve color. So it could also work for the mauve along that Shauna of Adelaide Cottage and Kristen of Wool and Vine Yarns, Yarngasm Podcast, they're co-hosting a mauve along. So knit all the mauve. I love that. The other day, I went upstairs and I was like, I have to organize my nail polish. And so I did. I have like 20 mauve nail polishes. Maybe not 20, but probably 10. And I have at least 10 gold nail polishes. It was interesting to organize them into color groups. I'm like, wow, I basically buy the same color of nail polish over and over and over again, just different variations. Completely aside and unrelated. But anyway, this is Leading Men Fiber Arts May colorway of the month called Rumor Has It. And I am in love with this green. I think it is the most beautiful tonal green I've ever seen. I adore it. And this is on the Show Stealer, his Steve's MCM base. So I have that one. And then I've got a Homespun House on the Dale base. And this is Hyacinth. I've had this in my stash for quite a while. It came with a kit, and I just have not ever knit with it yet, but it would be perfect for a shawl. And then for a speckly, I've got Hedgehog Fibers in Bramble, which is adorable. Love it. But I'm on the fence about this one because I really want this one for socks. So I may sub in this one, which is also Adelaide Cottage in the Raspberry Cordial colorway, which is also Anne of Green Gables. So yeah, and then I've got Hedgehog with Copper Penny. So I don't know. And the problem is I need to figure out what I want the first color to be so I can wind that one up and have it be all ready to go. But what do you guys think of these colors? I quite love them. I think they look amazing on the camera. I think maybe they look even better on the camera than they do in real life. But they look amazing in real life too. So, all right. So are any of you guys gonna do the Hohi mystery wrap? I've never ever done a mystery along, like as it was happening. I've never done it. I don't know if I can do it, but I'm gonna try. All right, what else can I show you guys? Okay, let's talk for a minute about the knit along. So the Knit along that we're currently in, co-hosting with Jilly of the Knitting Broomstick podcast, goes through the end of May. So at the May 31st, I'll close the finished object thread, and I have so many amazing prizes. So many. You're gonna love it. I think I have like 15 prizes. A lot of them are pattern prizes. But that's fabulous. I've got bags, I've got yarn, we've got treats from Prince Edward Island. We've got all kinds of good stuff. Okay, let me put this here. Okay, so when we're done with the Knit along, we're gonna start the Bronte along on June 1st. And I am really excited about this. I would like for the summer to really focus on reading all the Bronte novels that I can, or reading the ones I haven't read yet. I've read Jane Eyre. I think I read Wuthering Heights in high school, but I should probably read it again because that was a really long time ago. And then I've just finished reading Agnes Grey, and that was fabulous. If you haven't read any Bronte novels, read that one. That one is not very long, actually. It went pretty quickly. And then there's Shirley. There's a bunch. There's The Professor. There's Villette, which I'm still working through. I haven't picked it up to read again in a while because I took a break and was reading The Blue Castle by Ellen Montgomery. You have to read that book. If you haven't read it, download it on your Kindle for $1.99 and read it, or go to your library and get it. It is the most beautiful romance love story you've ever read. It's lovely. I've read it for at least, I think this is probably the 8th time I've read it. And you can, it's pretty quick, it's a very quick read. So you can plow through it very quickly and very happily. So I read that. I'm not jumping ahead because I was going to talk about books I'm reading. But Agnes Grey and Blue Castle were one of them. And I did start reading Pat of Silverbush by Ellen Montgomery. So I'm a little ways into that. And I've read that series as well. There's Pat of Silverbush. And I think it's 2 books, maybe it's 3 books. I can't remember, but I read them when I was in middle school and I loved them. So it's fun to be rereading those books. Okay, what was I gonna do? I was gonna say something next, and I keep losing. See, I almost feel like it's worse when I have notes because then it's not organic. It doesn't flow because I keep looking at my notes. So thank you for bearing with. Okay, more news about the Bronte along. So the lovely Shauna of Adelaide Cottage is also, she's dyeing up a couple of Jane Eyre inspired colorways, and they are gorgeous. And I will show you Reader, I Married Him in just a moment. And I have Bertha Mason on order, so I will show that when it comes. I'll probably do an Instagram post. But I wanted to show you another indie dyer who has some Bronte-esque or Jane Eyre inspired colorways, and she is Fuse Fiber Studios. And this is for you guys. This is a giveaway for the Bronte along, but hold on, let me grab, she sent a set for me and a set for you guys. Hold on. These colorways are stunning. And this is Rebecca of Fuse Fiber Studios. Oh my goodness. Aren't these the most romantic colorways you've ever seen? So this mauve one is called Perhaps Love. I just love it. it. You have to go follow Rebecca on Instagram. She is Fused Fiber Studios on Instagram. She has her own like amazing like art studio space with other artists in this cool like kind of, Rebecca, is it kind of like a warehouse, kind of refurbished warehouse building? It's so interesting and cool. You've got to go follow her on Instagram and see all of the lovely things that she's creating. Oh my goodness, I love this one. It could make me cry. The gold speckles. This one is called Pearls. Because Mr. Rochester gives Jane a string of pearls as a wedding present. It was the only thing she would let him give her. So I have a set, and you guys have a set. So this will be a lovely giveaway for the Bronte along. Isn't that fun? I have to decide what I'm going to do because I feel like these two belong together. Like a 2-color shawl or something. I might just have to sit them on a shelf with a spotlight on them and just admire them as art for a little while. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for your generosity. This is really fabulous, and I so appreciate it. Okay, so, I'm excited for the Bronte along. And of course, there are so many films to watch. All the Jane Eyre adaptations that are out there. There's several. You know what's funny? So Timothy Dalton, in the old, like, I think it's 1983 version of Jane Eyre, he plays Mr. Rochester. There is also a Wuthering Heights film adaptation, and Timothy Dalton plays Heathcliff. How perfect is that? I haven't seen it, though. I should try to hunt that one down. Okay. What next? Let me stop. I'm going to pause and go get Reader, I Married Him and show it to you. One moment. This is Reader, I Married Him by Shauna of Adelaide Cottage on the Toasty sock base, which is her 80/20 merino nylon base. Isn't it beautiful? My goodness. Isn't that gorgeous? I cannot wait to play with this. It came like kind of a day or two before I hurt my finger, and I was gonna wind it up right away and put a square on my Cozy Memories blanket so I could see how it knits up, but then I injured myself and I didn't get to it. So maybe today I'll be able to wind it up, but I'm glad I kept it in the skein so I could show it to you like this. Isn't it gorgeous? So I can make more Jane socks. I love it. It's so exciting. I'm so excited about the Bronte along. Okay, what next? Okay, I do have other stash enhancements that I will show you in a moment. Okay, so you guys know I love Beauty and the Beast. So I have Beauty and the Beast yarn from a couple different indie dyers and this beautiful Beauty and the Beast project bag by the Stitching Plaza, Miss Georgianne. She's wonderful. Isn't this beautiful? I love this. It's called, I think the fabric is called Stained Glass, or Beauty and the Beast Stained Glass fabric, and I cannot find it anywhere. I have searched the interwebs. It's sold out everywhere because people love it. And look at the inside is roses. Okay, so I have a couple of Beauty and the Beast yarns I want to show you. So I have Nomadic Yarns, Tale as Old as Time, which I think matches so perfectly with my project bag. I can't cast it on yet because it's so beautiful. I have to just look at it for a while. I think I probably won't cast on any of my Beauty and the Beast yarns until the movie comes out for purchase, so that I can watch it again and cast on all my Beauty and the Beast socks. I dropped the other one on the floor. So my next one is by Mustache Yarns, and it's called Beauty and Her Beast. Oh, it's so beautiful. These indie dyers, they're knocking it out of the park. It's gorgeous. I'm so excited. So I'm keeping them all nice and tidy in here. And Georgianne also makes little DPN cozies out of the same fabric. So fun. She so kindly gave me a coupon code to share with my viewers for free US shipping. So if you're in the US, this code will work for you, and it's love free Lovefree. So thank you, Georgianne, for your generosity in sharing a free shipping code for the U.S. people. Thank you so much. This was a treasure to receive. And it's drawstring. I love it. I don't have very many drawstring bags, so this is very exciting. Okay, I'm going to pause for now. I will be back in a moment, so stay tuned. Okay, so I'm excited to make my own version of Beauty and the Beast bags for my shop. And so I was going to show you the fabric I got for it. So it would be a pieced bag. And it's Belle, and it says, "Get lost in a book." So this would be, I think, on the bottom. And then I've got this beautiful, the roses, it's yellow on the top. I have, one moment, let me find it. This is my favorite part. A blue zipper for the Beast's coat that he wears when they dance. And then the same red rose fabric as the lining on the inside. So Beauty and the Beast bags are coming, and I'm very excited about it. So I'm hoping I can get started on working on these next week. So this week I cannot sew because we're going out of town on the weekend, this coming weekend, and we rented out our house for Airbnb. So this week is completely blocked out for frantic house cleaning. But no, I am not going to be frantic. I am going to take it easy and do things in a calm and rational manner. I don't injure myself again. So I'm gonna get working on Beauty and the Beast bags next week when we come back. But I do want to show you some lovely bags I have in the shop currently that are just fun springtime bags. They're like mint green, ferns and flowers. So I've got 3 of these. They're all packaged up, ready to go. It's a beautiful zipper, like a minty green zipper. I feel like these are good for Mother's Day. If you need a Mother's Day something or other, I feel like these scream Mother's Day. Don't you just love mustard yellow? I think mustard yellow is my one of my favorite colors. I've got a couple of these. Let me show you guys that. And I feel like I had, I can show you the Hippo fabric. Hold on just a second.
What fabric?
The Hippo fabric. So I've got enough to make 2 more. It's been sitting in my drawer there. I need to iron it a little bit better, but they're just so fun. And then I've got the red ticking for the lining. Kind of obsessed with the ticking, blue and red. It just goes with so many different things. It just seems to work. And I've got my Hippo for the handles. So yes, week after next, I gotta get back to my sewing machine and get some Beauty and the Beast bags going and some Hippo bags. And then I've done, how many did I do? I think I've only done about 7 Jane Eyre bags, and I probably will do another round of them, but that I may not be able to get to that until June. So that might be, if you were wanting a Jane Eyre bag, I will probably be making more of those so that we can have them for the Bronte along. So that's all I have for shop news. I do have a little bit more of stash enhancement that I'm excited about. So I've been replenishing my homespun house stash because I finished 1 pair of socks. So that makes sense. But this is just the most beautiful colorway. It's called Grandma Sue's Geraniums. It's just stunning. I love it. And this is on the soft sock base. I think I'll probably have to do Molly's Mrs. Weasley's family sock recipe with this pattern because I think that would look really, really beautiful. So, okay, so this next sock yarn I'm going to show you is also inspired by Molly, even though it's not dyed by her. But it is by Hey Lady Hey, and it's called Gentle Giant. And I believe Molly is knitting socks with this yarn, and I saw it on her podcast, and I was like, I like that. I have to have Gentle Giant socks too. Isn't it beautiful? Like, there's so many colors. I think this is is this a Hagrid inspired colorway? I think it is. Of course, you know I love everything Harry Potter. It's so beautiful. I'm very excited about it. Okay, now it's time for a little cozy memories. Let me find the squares I have completed since the last we spoke. So when Jilly so kindly sent me the Jane Eyre bag and the Pop-Tarts yarn, she threw in a couple minis too. And one of them was by Mint Rain Yarns called Diagon Alley. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. And then I had to put in a little postage stamp of Malabrigo lettuce. And that's Hippos for Easter. Leprechaun knickers, film noir. Those were already put on. But the other two she sent Lolo Did It Honeydukes, and that's a little bit of sprinkle heather knit pick stroll. So squishy. I love this plush base. I think this is the plush base. And then this is Puff Sleeves by Adelaide Cottage at Jilly. And this is what made me immediately contact Shauna and ask her, could you please tie me a skein of that? Because it's so gorgeous. I love it. It's just perfect. So I have 22 squares on my new big squared Cozy Memories blanket. And I, of course, always love it. So I have to decide what square to put on next. I'm not sure. So maybe I will go ahead and wind up Reader, I Married Him and put it in right here. I think I'm going to do that. Yes, I do. So excited. Love yarn. Yarn and yarny things. Okay, so I was chatting with Jilly and also Shauna, and we are excited about making a Halloween quilt. So I found this fabric bundle on hawthornthreads.com, and it's cotton and steel, and it's the Boo Halloween collection. So I am gonna make a Halloween quilt. So I'm just gonna show you quickly all these fun fabrics. I figure if I start it now, maybe I will get it done in time for October. But I just adore this fabric collection. I've made project bags, sock bags with some of the same fabrics. So I decided to get the whole kit and caboodle. I love this one. And aren't these just like the cutest skeletons you've ever seen? Like, if skeletons could be cute, these are cute skeletons. I think Jilly got the same fabric collection as well. These little ghosties. I love this one. So the pattern I think I have decided I'm gonna do is the Rainy Days quilt from the Quilt As You Go Made Modern book, because I think it will showcase all of the fabrics to the best advantage. I made project bags with this fabric, with the teeth that have cavities. More mustard yellow. So I am so excited. And then, okay, so let me show you the picture. Let me find it. Okay. Okay, so this is the Rainy Days quilt. So it's nice because, you know, each block you get such a large piece of the fabric, so which I think will show off all these adorable fabrics to the best advantage. And then they're all bordered with these border strips. So I got 1 yard total of the gray skeleton. So I'll border everything with the gray skeletons. I think it's gonna be super cute, and I can't wait to get started with it. I had hoped that I would have had a chance to cut out all my fabric, but the weekend was just way too busy. I just absolutely was not able to get to it at all. And I did quite a lot of sewing last week, and I just needed to step away from the cutting mat and step away from the sewing machine for a little while and take a bit of a break. But maybe in between house cleaning chores this week I can get my fabric cut out and maybe get a block or two done. So I wanted to show you guys that. Okay, I think that is it for today. Thank you for bearing with me. I feel like I was kind of choppy and all over the place, and I apologize for that. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you're doing well, and I will see you next time. Bye.